The show is about to start. Buckle up, 'cause here we go!
What you know you can't explain. But you feel it. You felt it your entire life. That there's something wrong. You don't know what it is, but it's there. Like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad. Experience the awakening. Brilliant anonymous researchers. Patriots, join us in the Patriot Army. Trust the plan, pain coming. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. RedStateTalkRadio.com, Brighteon.tv, Rumble.com/MG Show. The end won't be for everyone. That choice to know will be yours. Where we go one, we go all. Fight, 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 and fight we will. We fight every day right here on the MG Show. Oh. Hot mics, guys. All you guys at the MG Show have great jeans. I hope you guys are buying your American Eagle outfitter. What is it? American Eagle, guys. I got the American Eagle jeans. You want me to show you?
Yes. Matrix has great jeans.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, he does.
Good to see you guys. Thank you very much. Yesterday, I don't know if you saw it, but we had a show. I hope you saw it, and make sure you go like the video. We're running low on likes again, guys. Where's my likers? We need the likers to like the video. Oh, you know, because maybe Shady got you all confused because you said you got to rumble the video. What does that mean?
No, I did. Oh man! Now see, I knew you were going to do that to me, guys. He wasn't here to monitor, and then there was nobody to monitor the monitor. So throw me under the bus. I was saying, I said the combination, sir. I was saying like, rumble, thumbs up. You see, it's like a three. It's a
yeah, but it's too confusing. How about just thumb up?
Well, thumb up. Okay, but thumb up.
Thumb up the video.
They should say that it's called a rumble.
Shady, it's not. All right, so yesterday I only did an hour, and we did it. What was it called? A rapid fire of Pesky Q Proofs, guys.
And
pesky,
it was
pesky.
Pretty overwhelming for people to realize that every single moment that you are walking around, you are paying attention to exactly what it was that we wanted to see happen while Q was posting.
So, just interestingly enough, on 8/6/2025, the MG Show at noon 05 Eastern Standard Time was all about Pesky Q Proofs. Here's the link to the show. I'll send this in to you. And then on 8/6, Tim Cook from Apple invests $600 billion at the Oval Office meeting. On 7/3/18, Q Post 1677 posts a pic of an Apple phone titled qproof.jpg. Who would have thought the Twitter phone could be so useful? Do reflections violate national security rules? Where must one be located in order to obtain a reflection on the back of a phone of that image? Image provided here has been distorted and stretched, meaning that this is a personal to Donald J. Trump Q post, guys. You understand, right? So here's what happened yesterday. There's your Apple phone, Shady.
Mm-hmm.
There's the post. Okay? This is a reflection of what the phone that they use for Twitter. Do you understand that? There's the reflection, okay? And it's called qproof.jpg. Let me blow it up for you. And our show yesterday was called Q Proofs, basically. Q is more relevant today. We explained. They broke the law knowingly. If you did not see this show, you did not share it, Get out there and share it, please, because Q is relevant today, Shady Groove. And I'm tired of fighting with these people. There's no need to fight anymore. We got it. I mean, it's happening every day. There are 0 days, Shady Groove, from a Q post. We've a proof.
No, there's zero.
I mean, I went through what, month and a half, 2 months?
I don't even think we made it back a full 2 months. What would the 1st of June-ish would have been full 2 months. And it was, so, I mean, it was an hour, and I think you got almost back to the 1st of June.
Yeah.
In like so, and in long form too, by showing that many different instances, and the reason that these Q proofs are Q proofs is because they're not really Q proofs. What they are is they're the way that America should function, and Q explained how America should function, and Q also explained how we were going to get America back on track. It's like a train that's on the wrong track. And so we're going to be putting it back on the right track. And once we get it back on the right track, you're going to run into these things like crazy because common sense is going to win the day.
Midnight's Watch says, very relevant. It is Q. By the way, check this out. 0 days since a Q proof, because we've got him today. Yes. But, and this was said by What's That What? If you're not following him, go ahead and follow him. He's a great guy. Okay. He's not the news. He's just nuts. Okay. But we can all understand nuts because the news is just batshit crazy. Okay. Got it. But he said this, and I quoted him, okay? It was as if it was all written down years ago. It's not like a Q proof happens. It's like every Q proof will happen. The Q posts are a to-do list for the presidential term. That is exactly right, Shady.
Great comment. Yeah, a really great way to summarize it. And this is and everything that's been made confusing about it. We now know who those people were and why they were making it confusing, because it's not confusing. None of the stuff in Q was really confusing whenever you take
but it's also cool. It's cryptic, Shady. I don't get it. It's cryptic.
The reason that the mainstream thinks it's cryptic because they're not because they're trained with the Mockingbird media. And
knowingly.
The Mockingbird media does not ever present you with questions. Okay, so if you're like a regular, average, normie American going through your life and you just listen to the TV, they don't ask you provocative questions. They don't say to you, oh, well, did you ever realize, or don't you think that, or couldn't you think that if this, then that? None of that happens in your media for a very specific reason, because they have to keep it all on the surface up here so that you're thinking in narratives. You're thinking in terms of like, okay, well, then absurdities is another way to put it. You're thinking in absurdities all the time. Yeah. So what Q was doing was asking questions, and everybody thinks it's cryptic because it's a question that you've got to answer.
Yeah, exactly right. And I'm sending these proofs to Donnie O'Sullivan, so he knowingly has them. Okay,
come on, Donnie. It's time to bring Q to CNN.
It'll be that would mean I have to admit I'm wrong, Shady.
It would be the biggest show on the network, bro.
We did a show yesterday. I mean, my God, it was amazing. By the way, guys, this is Zito Salina for 4 weeks, and Butler is still crushing it on the New York Times bestseller list. It's not number 1, but it needs to be. Okay, we got to get this to number 1. All right, and that's the audio monthly as well. But we got to get it. And I said, I just ordered it. Let's get this book to number 1. It will be here tomorrow. I can't wait to get it. She was feet away from Donald J. Trump when the shooting happened, okay? And it's the untold story of the near assassination of Donald J. Trump and the fight for America's heartland. And by the way, Shady, once I posted that, she followed me.
Nice.
Yeah. So thank you, Zito. Selena, we'll just call you Selena because that's, her name. She's the author of the number 1 New York Times best-selling book, Butler, DC Examiner reporter, and Washington Post columnist reporting from the middle of somewhere. So that's somewhere. At least you're somewhere, because you can't be nowhere. You got to be somewhere, Shady.
You can't be everywhere.
Yeah. Woo. Although Q says we are everywhere.
Well, you can be everywhere if you include everybody.
Exactly. So make sure order it. It's called Butler. Get on Amazon, whatever, however you want to order it. I don't care. Let's get that book to number 1. And I think it's well deserved.
It already is number 1 there. Like they're censoring the New York Times. Like Kamala Harris, 107 days. Her t-shirts are selling for 99 cents. But her book's number 1.
99 cents. That's a deal.
No, that is not a deal.
I'm
You are
getting
being
me
robbed
one.
if you're
Oh.
paying 99 cents for a Kamala Harris t-shirt.
I'm getting me one.
You-
All right, so this is from Donald J. Trump. Should be number 1. New York Times rigged it. Selena is great. President DJT. And there's the copy of the Post, guys. And I said, congrats, I just ordered mine just now. And I had to, like when Donald Trump says, and plus, maybe we can try to get her on the show, Shady. Who knows?
I would love to have her on the show.
Yeah. I might send her a DM to do that as well. But we are pretty controversial, even though we're right all the time. Booga, booga, booga.
Well, I think that you might be indicating that being right is controversial.
Being right is controversial. The truth is belligerent.
And it's almost like you're saying that the truth is controversial, like almost like we're living in a society where everyone bases every decision based on fear or a lie.
No. It's crazy, isn't it?
It does. We have generated a lot of nutty people. Yes, sir.
A lot.
I mean, man, I live in Southern Oregon, and nutty people.
Enough said.
Enough said. Like, I don't know what else to say about
I live in Southern Oregon.
I can tell you that the illegal immigrants aren't as prevalent as they were 6 months ago.
Oh, okay. So let's talk about that. Okay.
Let's do. I thought that might be a good segue.
Because, we're talking about pesky Q proofs, and, Stephen Miller says that 30 to 40 seats were stolen because of illegal immigration and the census, okay?
True.
But let's go to Donald Trump first, because he posted it this morning. This is when I first saw this Q proof, and it's pesky. Okay? I have instructed our Department of Commerce to immediately begin work on a new and highly accurate census based on modern-day facts and figures, and importantly, using the results and information gained from the presidential election of 2024. People who are in our country illegally will not be counted in the census. Thank you for your attention to this matter, Shady. And oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Let's go ahead.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Here's Q Post 3750 on 12/23/2019, all about the census. Why are the Democrats attempting to block the and counting of illegal immigrants? 2 + 2 = 4. What is the total number of illegal immigrants currently in the U.S.? What is the real total number of illegal immigrants currently in the U.S.? By flooding coastal states controlled by Democrats, does this pull votes out of the heartland? At what point will your voice and your vote become null and void? 55Q.
Pesky.
Pesky, Shady.
Is that Q post accurate, or is that cryptic? Do you feel like that's cryptic?
No, that's so cryptic, Shady.
Like, look at this.
There's a D in a kill box. That's so cryptic. I can't understand what that means.
A D in a kill box means the dumb Democrats.
Dumb. That's DD. Double Ds. You gotta love double Ds.
Yeah, well,
Shady.
one is so Democrat and dumb is pretty much the same word now.
Synonymous. You look up dumb, you see a Democrat. I got
Correct,
it.
sir. Right. Yes, sir.
All right, so that's it. I mean, this is not cryptic at all, guys. Okay? And this is a Q proof. All the garbage, that we were talking about with all these vote fraud things that we talked about and we fell for, these psychological operations with Dominion, with Mary Fanning and General Flynn and Patrick Byrne and all these digital assholes. And I'm sorry, guys. Okay?
They're liars.
They're liars. Yep. They're liars. And
all of them.
All that money that they garnered from God knows who, they're supporters, of course, but who else knows, where they all have foundations for a reason, stupid. All right. And they tried to do this audit in Arizona, all that money that they garnered, and nothing ever happened. They usurped your movement. They lied to you. This is how they did it. Okay.
That's correct.
Let's keep
100% correct.
Let's keep going, Shady. This is it. This is another one. To summarize this week, regarding the Democrats' preparation to steal the 2020 elections, attack Fox News to control opposition narrative. Okay. 6 companies control 90% of the MSM. We know that. Vote to allow illegal immigrants right to vote in elections. Push talking points regarding voter age should decrease from 18 to 16. No wall, open borders, all welcome equals more Democrat votes. This is so cryptic, Shady. Deny proper counting of U.S. Census. Avoid public knowledge of real illegal population to avoid voter fraud percent risk to elections. Welcome to the Democrat Party, illegal aliens. Q.
Cryptic?
Cryptic. Wow. All right, here we go. Here's another cryptic one, Shady. This is 3049 on 3/13/2019. If the Democrats fight to protect, safeguard, and promote all illegal immigrants as rightful U.S. citizens who should be afforded all benefits and rights accordingly, why then would they fight to block them from being counted as part of the U.S. Census? What would the data show? All that matters is power. Welcome to the Democrat Party con.
This is what they've been doing since the beginning. They started this under Bill Clinton, everybody. This was not going on under George Bush Sr. This all started under Bill Clinton. They started bringing these people here in mass. We saw it happen. I worked in the trade industry at that time. I built houses, and all of a sudden, people around us were doing the work that we wouldn't do. Work that I wouldn't do for less than $15 an hour swinging a hammer. These people were doing for $4.50, $4.50 cash under the table. And everybody started, and all of these contractors started flocking to them. That was the point in my life where I could have became a contractor. And I didn't actually become a contractor because I didn't want to participate in the system because there was no way that I could compete. Even though I had a clientele, even though I had a bunch of people that trusted me and knew that I would do the work properly and do a great job, I couldn't compete with all these other contractors because I wasn't going to use illegal labor. So what I ended up doing was working for myself and keeping everything small where I could do it all on my own and control my own destiny without anybody inputting anything. And I did that for over a decade, simply because I couldn't grow into a business. If I had been left up to what I wanted to do in life, I could have easily had a multi-million-dollar construction business whenever I was 22 years old. If I wanted to hire illegal immigrants. If I didn't want to hire illegal immigrants, I would be bankrupt in less than half a decade. That's the math.
So, guys, what you got to do to understand these cube posts is this. Ready?
Weeks of drinking gallons of Ovaltine in order to get the Ovaltine inner seal to send off for my little orphan Annie's secret decoder pin was about to pay off.
I got it. Master Ralph Parker, my decoder pin.
You guys all need your decoder pins from Ovaltine. Be sure to drink your Ovaltine. Use code MG Show.
Yes, yesterday I was giving the audience a compliment, talking about like the way that we've navigated this stuff and saying to everybody out there, and you weren't in there this morning when I mentioned it, but the meme that you posted, you brought the meme back yesterday, Jeff, the perfect meme that represents this audience, which is the Q guy sitting there like looking like this and everybody else watching the tennis match.
Yep.
You guys are sitting there watching. You're locked. You're not defocusing. I could see you guys following Donald Trump. I could see you seeing what Donald Trump says, and then you responding to the idiots that are acting like what he meant is this conflated logic. They're all working in this conflated logic. They had this whole story about, Donald Trump and the China thing, and the Donald Trump and the Israel thing, and the Donald Trump and the Epstein thing, and all of them they're all the right-wing alternative media are working directly with the Democrats right now.
Yeah, they are. Well, and Q told us that they would all do that. Real quick, guys. There's the meme he's talking about. I just posted it in there. This is us. Yes. There's the normies. Oh, General Flynn good, General Flynn bad, General Flynn good, General Flynn bad, General Flynn good. Look, this is a Trump movement, guys, okay? I'm sick and tired of the bullshit, okay? Crazy. This is how we are. This is how you all are, Shady. You're right. This is how the MG Show people, because we actually followed it and we never gave up.
Yeah, and you never stopped learning because your mind wants to learn. Because if you're actually a true American, your brain will continue to learn until the day they put you under. Mm-hmm. You want to learn. You want to know more. Do you guys understand that before America, almost nobody on planet Earth could read or write? Do you understand that? Like, only the people could read and write were like the aristocracy. The elite kids got trained in schools in Europe and other places for hundreds of years. The peasants didn't get an education. The cornerstone of what America is that everybody gets an education. And isn't it interesting how they focused all of this woke garbage on the education system? Because they know all they really need to do to destroy a society is to get the society to not be able to read. And like right now, or not be able to understand. You can go out there on the street right now and ask anybody. They will not literally. A lot of them can't read cursive. They don't know what the capital of any state is. They don't know where the geography of the planet is. They have no idea where the Earth is in the solar system. So they don't know where they are. So how in the world can they possibly be trusted to know who to vote for?
Yeah, it's crazy, guys. It's crazy. And, you know, it's all been right here. That's how your movement was infiltrated with all these stinky narratives, guys. Okay? Q lays it out. And remember, we had that epiphany. I'm like, oh my God, Shady. It's the census. Because 750,000 illegal aliens in a city gives you a seat.
Yep.
Gives the Democrats a seat.
And they brought about 30 million people here. They brought so many people here. There was only 100 million people, or there was only 100 million people in Mexico total. They brought so many people here, they couldn't keep bringing all the Mexicans here. They had to start going to other countries because they brought too many of Mexico's people here. And by the way, the people that are here that are, you know, everybody's like, oh, they pay their taxes. No, they do not. What they do, let me tell you again, I'm on this. This is what they do. This is what all those people that I was talking about do that were working for the contractors. They get their paycheck at the end of the month or at the end of the week, and then they save it. And then they spend almost nothing to live because they live with like 20 people in one tiny house. So they don't spend anything to live. Every penny of that, they go buy money orders. And then those money orders, they send them home. And then the money orders that they send home, they sit there in their house. And then one day they go home. I know a guy right now who is sitting in Mexico. What's up, Juan? How are you, bro? He's got a mansion that he built with his own money from working for my buddy in the mountains of North Carolina, making $10 an hour for a decade.
Wow.
I'm not kidding. I can show you the pictures. It's literally like it looks
That's
like
crazy. The pictures,
you would think that it's a $500,000 house if it were in America. I'm not joking, guys. So they send all the money back to Mexico. This is the reason that Mexico is fighting, because the cartels are fighting to keep their income.
And who owns Western Union, Shady?
The company, the PESUR, that's the backbone of the Federal Reserve Railroad Company.
Wow.
Guys, it's so obvious, man. I mean, you know, it's like we sit here and we deal with these idiots talking about all this nonsense and acting like these people are important, like, you know, General Flynn and all this other garbage stuff, dude. They like, we don't ever get to any real conversation because of this nonsense in everybody you know's head, whether it's JFK Jr., General Flynn's a hero, or Nasara Jassara. Throw it at the wall, they'll make it stick.
Evolution Day.
Evolution.
That's real. Oh, what about all the people in masks and executed at Gitmo, Shady? That's real.
Oh my God, I saw the list of 400. Yeah, man, there was like a 400-person list right there. Like, they're all Gitmo'd already. Therefore, take away from all their crimes, take away from the cases that happen in the future, take away from the significance that these people actually committed treason, and you're going to see them get the grind of the American justice system in person. No. That's just a person in a mask. That's not really the principle that's being charged.
That's right.
You're taking away from it.
And you know, I want to, this one here, this is another one, and, let's see what happens. But this is a meme, right? It's everybody always leaves out the rest of the line of this meme. And I'm sorry, I take offense to this because I don't want the military in control of my country. Do I?
No.
Okay. The only way is the military. Why do the people leave out fully controlled? Why do people leave that out, Shady?
Because because of the punctuation in the drop.
The only way is the military. So why did Q post return power to the people, Shady? This is another Q proof. Here's another pesky Q proof. 8/7/2025. President Trump says to honor 100 Purple Heart recipients at a special White House ceremony. On 11/6/2018, post 2347. Return power to the people. Return old glory to her former state. We honor those who fought and continue to fight to save and defend this great country. They want one thing, and only one thing, power. They will lie, cheat, and promise you the world to obtain it. They do not love our country. They despise it. They want to destroy it. Show your love of country by voting today. Return power to the people. Return old glory to her former state. We honor those who fought and continue to fight to save and defend this great country. We will do our part. Will you do yours? Vote, vote, vote. Justice coming. Q.
We will do our part. Look at all of the nonsense that's been generated in the last.
And there's
3
nothing
months.
more corrupt than our military, Shady Groove.
There's nothing more corrupt than the military. I'm so sorry to explain that to you. I know that you want to think that you have this great, benevolent, overarching, self-protective mechanism called the American military, but it's not the case. The people are, they're so corrupt. The people that became generals are so corrupt. I mean, like, there's almost none of them you could.
So let's look at this
none of
post,
them I
Shady.
would vote for. Let's put it that way. I wouldn't vote for any of the people.
Think about it logically. Can we put our logic hats on now? Okay. The only way is the military, fully controlled. Save and spread once 11-3 verifies his first marker, which means, I believe, the election, okay, on 11-3. Biggest advance drop on poll. Do you think that the military is the only way, fully controlled, that they could counter the PSYOP against Donald J. Trump, counter the Q PSYOP? Because who is in all of these Q posts, Shady Groove? Who are, they're all ex-military, Shady. They're all contractors. Those are the flintards.
Yep. The neocons.
You really got to read these posts differently, guys. The only way is the military fully controlled, okay? And I know Spiritual Street Fighter is, God bless her, she's been reposted, just the Q plus memes, okay? Just you understand that the Q plus memes have been posted, and I love those memes, and they're great. But JFK Jr., I can't prove that he's alive. I don't care about Ingersoll Lockwood. And now all of our fans are all like up her butt, and she's spreading disinformation. Why isn't she sharing Q proofs?
You want me to tell you something about Ingersoll Lockwood website? It's in the same building as USAID.
Wow.
USAID and the Ingersoll Lockwood company that runs that website are in the same building. Just so you know, you guys don't understand what's being done to you. You don't understand how far they will go to make you look like an idiot.
Yeah. Boss could never have pulled off the world tour without the military fully controlled special forces.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
No
like,
clue what that means.
it's just again, we're in these psyops. I mean, and I'm sorry, guys, you might not like me anymore, but I am not a fan of a military controlling my country.
There's no, that will not happen. No, sir. No. I'm not a fan of the military controlling anything other than the lever that we give the military to control to go kill people. That's it. No.
And this post was done on 11/1/2017. The military was not fully controlled. Okay, was Mark Milley fully controlled?
Didn't seem very controlled.
No. Was Charles Flynn fully controlled, General?
No. He ended up standing down the National Guard and then getting promoted. And even he was there for Biden thought he did a great job burning down Hawaii.
Yeah.
He was there. Charles Flynn was there. Biden was congratulating him, saying what a great job he did whenever everybody got burned out like they got burned out in Palisades.
Yep.
What are they doing? What is the military doing? Where's the I guess the DEWs that everybody wants to flip out about, Jeff. I guess those are being controlled by like what? Like the what would you say? The wildlife fishing game. That's who's controlling. Yeah, it's not the military controlling that technology or any of the other technology that would be surreptitiously, psychologically operating against the American people to make you think that that somehow the military is going to take control of your country and you're going to like it.
And what says good, think for yourself is a key Q post, but people are not thinking for themselves. Our movement has been infiltrated, talked about time and time again by Q, and people can't realize that they're actually propping up the people that infiltrated, people that think that they're Q followers. It's really sad.
Well, there's a possibility. There's a Q post that says the U.S. military savior of mankind. Okay, that Q proof could eventually happen. Okay, what we're doing right now is we're currently saving mankind from the forces that want to indicate or want to dictate World War III and destroy everything. They want to destroy humanity. So if humanity survives this, if we can utilize the military to stand up to corruption in some other format, that's not the same thing as using the military to like undermine the American 3 branches of government.
Yeah. I mean, people are thinking like communists. I mean, that's really
they are. No, that's it. That's bro. You don't even know how brilliant what you just said is. That's a perfect analogy to understand how it's exactly like the Democrats are thinking. You're thinking like Like, you can't do it. I need someone else to do it for me. That's the most anti-American thinking that you could possibly imagine having. It's like, you might as well go sign up for your EBT card.
Yeah. What countries are under military control? Let's ask Grok. What do you think? Let's do this.
Oh,
All
my
right.
God. It's going to be a super list.
What countries are under military control? And so let's see if we want to be like them. Okay, let's see.
Oh, Lord, this thing, it like takes him like...
As of August 20. Okay, here we go. We want to be just like Myanmar.
No,
We just want to be just like Mali.
No,
We want to be like Burkina Faso.
I don't like...
How about Guinea? Can we be Guinea?
No, I
Can
don't
we be
wanna
Guinea?
No.
You don't want to be Sudan or Niger?
Sudan and Niger, not pleasant.
These are all third world countries. Do you understand?
So you mean to tell me that they're trying to get the military to control America to turn us into a third world country? It's almost like there's a conspiracy.
Ding,
Oh,
ding,
my
ding,
God.
ding.
I don't know what happened.
And North Korea as well. Keek is on the list as well. So look, guys, I'm tired of and that post, everybody always forgets the most crucial part. The only way is the military fully controlled. Okay?
The only way they can stop him.
The only way they can stop him, because it's a mil-civ alliance. Let's look up this
Against
term.
Trump.
MIL CIV. Okay? This is not for Trump like they wanted you to think. This has never been attempted. Use of general public to counter narrative propaganda pushed by controlled media. Analysts start to now indicate situational awareness, decoupling of MSDNC control of information, channels 1 through 99 of general public expanding at massive pace. Attacks indicate can be defined as loss of generalized information control, need to expend ammunition, muster network to defend and coordinate attacks to counter military civilian alliance.
To counter us.
To counter
Not
to counter them, guys.
To counter Trump and Q.
Yeah.
And us. And we the people being the cure. You got to stop the cure from happening. The cure ends their corruption. You understand that? If we cure the disease, then the corruption is no longer relevant.
All right, so let's go back to Q proofs like we should do, okay? I mean, if you're posting, if there's a Q in your name, and I get a lot of people with Q in their name attacking me. I was Q'd a lot, guys.
I got a lot of that too.
You know, in fact, you know, let me, for people that are new here, these are just some of my Q posts, okay? Do you see them all? These are all made, this is on my birthday, so I consider that, being Q'd, side-handedly, but it really, I mean, major that. We get censored, it seems, doesn't it?
Boy, man, I mean, it really does happen. It seems like it's happening a lot. All of a sudden, like, people are complaining about things being frozen again in Rumble, too.
So I'm going to go back to this real quick because I want to show you this because there's a lot of new people here. There's more, and there's more Q posts where when it said VIP Patriot, I was actually side Q'd, essentially, right? This is my first Q right here, the playbook, okay? New playbook needed. There's my Twitter account right there. Do you believe in coincidences? Think of context. Nothing to see here. Okay, they're using the playbook against us, you and me. Okay, that's the context. This is Stacey Dash, right here. Who did she repost? Yours truly. Okay, that's pretty interesting, right? No, yes. All right, go back. This is the big one, Shady Grove. This is Red Castle, Green Castle. That's why we have Red Castles and Green Castles right here on Rumble, guys. Okay. There it is. The Army Corps of Engineers with the Red Castle logo is in Greencastle, Indiana. Okay? There's my Twitter account right there. See
Indiana.
it? That's what I said.
You said India.
That is in Greencastle,
No.
India.
That's a country.
Indiana. All right. Then Q used that post many
Times.
look at it. How many other anons can say that they were queued this much? No? And thank you to the anons that deciphered Red Green Castle. Oh, look. Wow. Oh, I'm sure they did. Oh, there. Oh, look. This is interesting, Shady, because there's my Zero Delta. Okay? Well, it happened again, Shady, because Amy Klobuchar obviously also announces she's running for president in a blizzard. I'm sure that happens all the time, right?
Yeah, every day.
Wow. I'm sure there's our Shady Grove. And then they said we sold out because she sold out to Jesus. Remember that, Shady? Remember that narrative?
Yeah, her screen name was Sold Out Anon.
The Jeff and Shady sold out.
That's literally the first thing that started. Yep.
So stupid. Oh, look. There it is again. Oh, look. There it is
in a time where we had no monetization on anything.
Yeah. Because we sold out for no money.
Yeah.
There's me on the target list for Hillary Clinton.
Still doing that, by the way.
Yeah. And I'm on the target list for Hillary Clinton as well, guys. Okay. I mean, and then the Hillary Clinton people my attackers hate when I bring this post up about Hillary Clinton, Shady. Because do they actually work for Hillary Clinton? Maybe.
Yes. I think they all work for Hillary.
I heard, so somebody told me on the phone, Shady Groove, on Twitter DM, that they are attacking her because of her watching our show. Okay? They're not attacking her because of anti-Flynn. They're attacking her because of our show. Does that make sense, guys?
It's been
We are their target.
Well, and effectively you are. If you're out there, that's why so many people that pay attention to the show don't come out and fight with us in public because of the amount of vitriolic nonsense that you get and the threats that you get. They threaten you.
Yeah.
They threaten you and they've been threatening people. I mean, how many screenshots at this point, over the course, like what in the world would cause people from quote unquote our side to be sneaking around to our audience and screaming and yelling and threatening people that pay attention
It's so
to our
crazy,
show.
Isn't it?
It's almost like there's a horde of military psychological operators out there being wielded by a 3-star general pretending like that he means something as a rogue member of society to generate conflate things about Donald Trump that aren't true as he stands back and pretends like he's not the one doing it.
Yeah. Sweet as Caroline says, I come out and play. And she said, Hillary loves her some Comey, Flynn. Let's add on others. Brennan. Okay, let's add on others, right? Yeah. So people are dictating what other people should watch now? Yes. There has been an orchestrated campaign on Twitter 1.0, and I still think it happens. You just retweeted Matrix. No wonder I get because they get threatened by the deep state not to share me.
Mm-hmm.
And these people puss out, Shady. I'm sorry, for lack of a better term. Nobody retweets me because they're afraid that a General Flynn follower, military intelligence operator, is going to be mad at them because you reposted me.
Yeah, they're not. It's just very funny. It's just very funny the way this is all played out over the last.
It really is, isn't it?
You're kind of like trying to think about how you thought about life a decade ago compared to like now after being censored for a decade.
And I'm just a dude. I mean, obviously, we're smarter than the lack of intelligence officials.
Well, yeah, I mean, because we've actually figured out a way to be on the air no matter how much they try to censor us.
There it is. All right, so again, let's continue this Q proof on the the census, Shady Grove. This is we read these to you today. Again, let's just go quickly. This is Stephen Miller. Reveals that Democrats got 20 to 30 House seats from counting illegals in the census, okay? They sued Donald Trump, including the illegal aliens in the census. That's probably in this case, or in this document. So this is YRD's attempting to block counting of illegal immigrants. 2 + 2 = 4. What is the total number of illegal immigrants? Get your decoder rings, guys, on, because these are cryptic. What is the total number of illegal immigrants currently in the U.S.? What is the real total number of immigrants currently in the U.S. by flooding coastal states controlled by Democrats? Does this pull votes out of the heartland?
Yep.
At what point will your voice and your vote become null and void? 5-5. Here's another one, 3071. Okay. To summarize this week, Democrats prepare to steal the 2020 elections, attack Fox News to control opposition narrative. 6 companies control 90% of the MSM. Vote to allow illegal immigrants right to vote in elections. Wow. Push talking points, missing K. Talking points regarding voter age should decrease from 18 to 16. No wall, open borders, all welcome equals more Democrat votes. Deny proper counting U.S. census. Deny proper counting U.S. census. Avoid public knowledge, real illegal population to avoid voter fraud, percentage risk to elections. Welcome to the Democrat Party. If the Democrats fight to protect, safeguard, and promote all illegal immigrants as rightful U.S. citizens who should be afforded all benefits and rights accordingly, why then would they fight to block them from being counted as part of the U.S. Census? What would the data show? All that matters is power. Welcome to the D Party Con. Check out Stephen Miller.
Chicago, New York, Massachusetts. Democrats have gerrymandered the vote beyond recognition to try to maintain their advantage in the House elections. On top of that, let's not forget, Democrats rigged the 2020 census by including illegal aliens. Remember, they sued Donald Trump. They sued the administration. They fought tooth and nail to include illegal aliens in the census. 20 to 30 of House Democrat seats wouldn't exist but for illegal aliens. Texas is taking just a small corrective step against this ocean of fraud, this ocean of abuse by the corrupt Democrat Party, Sean. Chicago, New York, Massachusetts.
Q proof.
I don't think everybody realizes, everybody kind of like skips over this stuff. And it's been great to see a lot of these people going home and what's happening. But, like earlier, I just saw this statistic.
Pesky.
No, it wasn't. This is pesky. But think about this. I just want to read this statistic. 449,000 Californians turned down jury duty this year because they're not citizens. And they got jury duty because they were registered to vote. Now, just think about yourself. You're sitting there. You're being prosecuted. Just say you're being prosecuted. They got to go get a jury. They're prosecuting you over some sort of check fraud or wire fraud or something.
Yeah.
But you're sitting there being prosecuted. The next thing you know, you got 3-4 illegal immigrants on your jury that maybe possibly can't even speak English. And guys, they're telling us
guilty.
They're telling us these people aren't registered to vote. Yeah. But they're sending them. They're sending illegal immigrants jury summonses in California.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that, everybody. You don't understand the threat. You don't understand how evil these people are. They're so evil that they obfuscated, don't tell you hard truths like that. Instead, they scream and yell at you about Epstein and Donald Trump all day. Like they're still going, like they're not going to stop. I tuned into CNN last night for an hour, the Caitlin Collins thing, the whole thing.
That guy's weird.
The reason I did that was because Hannity was trying to make me afraid of the Chinese mosquito flu. And so I said, BF you. And so I went over to CNN to watch Caitlin Collins talk about Epstein and Donald Trump for an hour. And it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Paying attention to these people, trying to weave this thing around and obfuscate and not talk about Clinton and not talk about any of these other things. They're navigating this minefield of moronity over there, and Hannity is doing nothing over here but driving these stupid narratives for the Democrats.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll have Stephen Miller on again. Maybe Hannity could get Stephen Miller elected for president one day and he'll be his vice president. Not Stephen Miller that other Miller guy that he has on all the time that's the Democrat.
So I just got word somebody's asking us to go check out Truth Social here.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, oh Lord, Shady Groove, because what are we talking about right now?
We're talking about Pesky Q Proofs.
And military, right?
In the military, yeah. Stephen Smith. God, I said Miller. Stephen Smith.
200 Days of Winning. Is this the one you want me to look at 12:45? So let's go look at Q Post 12:45. Oh, boy. Hang on. Let me just go to QAG again. 12:45, Shady Groove. Do you know what that post is?
12:45.
Okay, let's see. Like NK, they have been freed. Assets on the ground. Think SA. Orders important. SA North Korea. Armenia. Define protection. The world is connected. Okay. We're talking about, all these are all, places that have dictators and army in control, right? I mean, that's pretty interesting. Is that the one you guys want us to look at? I don't know. 12:34?
Uh-oh.
12:34. Hang on. There's another one. So let's look at this one here. Okay, here we go. Sorry, guys. Okay, here it is. 12:34. 16 minutes ago. This video is 22 seconds long.
Today, Apple is announcing that it will invest $600 billion. That's with a B.
Earlier this year, we broke ground on a new factory in Houston to make advanced AI servers. And just last month, the very first test unit rolled off that factory's line, proudly made in America.
Boom. Wow. And I wonder if that's Jabil that's doing it, because that's who used to make the glass. And I did 65,000 phones for them globally. Let's go look at that one. So that's Q Post. That was posted at 12:34 with a 22-second video. So let's look at 1, 2, 3, 4, and then comma 22. So that's who controls the National Guard. Why was the National Guard recently activated in select cities within the U.S.? Can the National Guard work in coordination with the Marines? Do conditions need to be satisfied to authorize? What former president used military to save the Republic? And what occurred exactly? Interesting. Biggest drop ever to be provided on poll. Study and prepare. The masses tend to panic in such situation. No war, no civil unrest, and clean and swift. Thank you. We're an existential threat to the establishment. Trusting the plan. America will be unified again. 11/11/18. So you can change that to 25.
Wow. Pretty interesting.
Clean and swift. So, the military, can it be used like it's being used in California, right? To protect the actual ICE agents that are all out there and, banging drums and being asshats, being very disrespectful to your government workers that are trying to enforce the law of illegal. They're not kidnapping people. They're getting people out that are here illegally.
Did you see the video of the young lady that was she was in the House of Representatives, or not the House, but a city council meeting there in LA, and she was screaming at the council, and the council wasn't paying any attention to her, and she was realizing that people don't actually pay attention to you whenever you go in there and you talk like those things, and she's trying to get everybody to be quiet, but she's saying that she doesn't have a problem with the police. It's ICE that they have an issue with. You don't get that. You don't get that, lady. There's no separation between a law enforcement in America. You don't understand that. They're trying to create a line to say, oh, ICE is some sort of other segment of the law enforcement other than law enforcement. No, ICE is law enforcement. Illegal immigrants broke the what?
Law.
Oh, so to remedy that, you would have to use what type of enforcement?
Yeah.
You see, guys, you understand what they're doing. They're trying to break society in a way that it can never be fixed. And if they convince enough green-haired idiots that are 20 years old to hate the country that they live in, they can destroy it. And if it weren't for Trump re-energizing the vigor of American exceptionalism and actually injecting some testosterone into the youth in America, I'm not sure where we would be right now. Because if you guys were to come to Oregon, the things that out here that they call male, like men, aren't men. They're not male. There's something else. I think it's the pine tree fresheners they hang in their cars.
Hey, what's wrong with those?
They'll turn you gay.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
That's what they say, man. Go look it up.
I don't think so.
The Christmas tree ones. Oh,
I used to get the vanilla ones.
Those are actually more mild, but the Christmas tree ones are supposedly, like, people are like taking them out of their Ubers and stuff now. There's a whole movement to get rid of those things. I'm not
I
kidding.
thought it was the water that turned the frogs gay.
Well, that was back in the 90s.
It's not drinking all that soy, is it?
That's definitely doing it too.
It's not all the other make pine trees great again.
I'm not sounding like AJ. I'm telling you the truth, guys. Like this, go look it up. I'm not making it up. I promise.
Yeah. Shady's AJ now.
Yes, I do think about moving out of Oregon all the time.
To Florida.
Not necessary to Florida because I can't breathe in Florida.
Pilot Brady says, dang, Shady said I'm going to turn gay.
I did. Yeah, you got to get rid of that thing.
And not that there's anything wrong with that, okay? Because, you can do whatever you want to do. This is a free country, and you have all the right you want to do whatever you want to do.
No, it's just that you don't want to be manipulated into that behavior.
Well, hey, some people like to manipulate Shady Group. I don't know.
Sorry.
Oh, Lordy. What is going on with this
today.
show? Oh, boy.
Is there a break coming up?
Did you get enough sleep? I'm trying to get the
I
break
did not
here.
get enough sleep. And I'm paranoid about air fresheners.
Have I ever been to Oregon?
Nope. You haven't, have you?
I don't think so.
No. He's been to California and stuff a number of times, so I don't think he ever been to Oregon.
California, Washington. Well, no, Portland. I've been to Portland.
Oh, that's Oregon.
Yep.
Well, kind of. It's Oregon.
You've been sniffing too many air fresheners, bro.
No, man. Now, why would you say that? Don't turn it around on me. That's like psychological projection. You promised the therapist you weren't going to continue to do that.
Scottish Anon says, Shady's car smells terrible.
It smells
terrible.
Well, at least I got testosterone.
All right, so now we got the Donald Trump, and we didn't talk about this the other day. We're going to talk about this on the other side of the hour. It's President Trump is actually threatening to federalize Washington, D.C. That goes with Federalist Papers number 43, guys. This is how you return your republic back to the people, Shady. And it's going to be epic. And I cannot wait to go over it with you, Shady.
I think that you guys are going to enjoy going over this because it has to do with what it was they did to attempt to undermine you from the beginning, you see, because they left loopholes open. Unfortunately, the people that founded this country left open loopholes that were later utilized to further undermine the country.
Rambler says, gay Christmas trees coming up in hour 2.
No,
we already covered gay Christmas
trees.
We're going to move on.
It's not the Christmas tree. It's the air freshener.
But what does the air freshener smell like?
Chemicals.
Chemicals. Active shooter in Pennsylvania.
Oh, there must be good news coming out about Trump.
Bad news about to break.
Yeah.
Against them. Good news for Trump. Bad news for them. Shooter. We'll just go look now.
Is it at another military base? I got a feeling a lot of these military people are getting ready to lose their minds. I saw a video the other day of like.
I don't see anything new. Go ahead.
I saw a video the other day of like this guy who was talking, and he's just like completely triggered. You're acting like you're active duty military, and you're putting out a video on TikTok, completely eviscerating Donald Trump and acting like you're somehow like you're not allowed to do that, guys. You're in the military. The president is your leader. So if you're disagreeing with the president, you need to leave the military. Sorry.
Huh.
That's what the people
2 hours ago. Police shoot.
That's what they did.
Police shoot and kill a PA man who say they confronted them with the knife during a domestic call. That was 2 hours ago. Knife wielding man shot by Pittsburgh police. That's all I got right now. I don't see active shooting.
I got nothing.
But hey.
There's no link.
Rev Rob, thank you so much. Paul Bunyan, thank you so much. Gifting. Bruh, them QAnons are violent domestic terrorists. Haha, what frickin' clowns, so says the low IQ illiterate intelligence operators that are paid and funded by our tax money. Wow, thank you, Effectual Insurrection, for $34 Rumble Rant. HSTSBBQ would love a sticker. Oh, gosh, Shalon, thank you so much. Take our logo and get one made. We don't... It's so hard to manage all this stuff, isn't it, Shady?
Oh, my goodness. We're doing good.
Wow. Hour number 2, we will not speak about Christmas trees turning people gay. We'll be right back after these beautiful videos.
of you beautiful patriots out there.
First of all, let me just thank you all for supporting this show. We wouldn't be here without you. But I have a huge announcement regarding donations.
It has come to our attention that using the Rumble app is taking an additional 30% of your donation to the show.
Let me explain. According to our TOS, Rumble takes 20% of all donations made through the web browser.
And that's at 20%. It's a good deal if you consider other platforms like YouTube and such.
But there is a hidden cost that we just found out. For example, we received a generous $500 donation from Spill Tea, and thank you so much for that, from the Rumble app on Apple. So Rumble took 20%, and Apple took an additional 30%. We brought that to Rumble, and they said, well, Rumble's take of tips and donations is 20%. That's if the transaction is done through the web browser. If using the Android or iOS app, it's an additional 30% collected by those platforms.
So please use the web browser to make your donations to the show and avoid the hidden fees by Apple and Android.
That's right. You can also support us at GiveSendGo/HelpMGShow, mg.show/donate. We have PayPal and Cash App. Both are at RealMGShow or $RealMGShow. Please help us out. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Society can turn against one, and I'm talking seriously here, stand up and tell the truth about just anything that you want to stand up and tell the truth about. It scares the living daylights out of everyone. And so the first thing that happens is you find out who your friends are and who your friends are not, because there's a great weeding out there. And it's not anything that you do on your part or that I've done on my part. They just disappear. And you find very quickly that people are afraid to be around you because they can see the government being upset about what you're talking about, and they can see repercussions coming, and of course they have happened and will continue to happen. And ultimately, I really believe that there will be some kind of a terminal point where they decide that they're not just not going to put up with this pest anymore, and that's going to be the end of me. We have been literally financially in the ditch. We have found it impossible to get any kind of a normal job with anyone who knows anything about what I do. You can't go to church, you can't go to cocktail parties because everybody else is sitting around talking about the weather or, oh, what school did you go to? And when you have done the research and arrived at some of the answers that I know to be true now, those people become like kindergarten children. They're not in the real world, and I can't engage in that kind of a conversation. So you really find yourself in another world that has nothing to do with all of the rest of the people who are running around engaged in their activities that they think are so important to them. And to them, they really are. But to me, they've lost the reality of what really is important, and they're about to lose their freedom to even discover those things at this point.
I'll ask you a last question, and that is, how would you like to be seen or remembered in future years when people look back and you think about the thrust of your work? What is it that you would like to be best remembered for?
I think I would like to be remembered like Paul Revere was remembered, at a time when it was needed and nobody else would do it. I got on my horse and rode through the night and said the British are coming. That's all. I'm not looking for any fame or any fortune. You certainly don't get rich doing what I'm doing. And infamous is probably the real word that describes what happens to you as far as public recognition in a world where political correctness is the theme of the day. You just don't do what I'm doing. So if anybody wants to remember me, I would certainly be pleased if they just remembered I did what was the responsible and the right thing to do at a time when nobody else had the guts to do it.
And you, me, Shady Groove, are picking up that mantle. At least we're like Paul Revere, saying the military intelligence is coming, and they're screwing you because the only way is the military.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for coming back in hour number 2. It's so sombering. So, and I actually went into that a little bit yesterday about his legacy and what it is we're trying to continue to here in the spirit of the truth, and how you get to the truth, and how you understand that once you have new information, the things that you know to be true change. That reality is the thing that what he's explaining there, that's the reason you can't have conversations with people. I'd be curious to know how much of our audience out here that have come to, give me a 47, listen closely, a 47 out there, if you've come to the MG show in the last 2 years and you can't consume other content. 47. Because this is exactly what we're trying to create here. You got on your horse and rode out like Paul Revere. We got on our horse and rode out like Paul Revere. Bill Cooper got out on his horse and rode out like Paul Revere. That's what the founding fathers wanted every American to do. So once you start to see the truth, you can't go back to being stupid. And that's exactly what Bill Cooper did to me personally on my personal journey. Once I started paying attention to Bill Cooper, I never went back to the other stupids that were out there. I didn't fall for Alex Jones at all from the beginning, because William Cooper warned me about him, and I listened to him, and I understood what Alex Jones was doing. There's X amount of stuff that you can gain from paying attention to what the idiots are saying, because you got to listen to the idiots talk to understand what the idiots are going to do next. And you can almost predict them with 100% accuracy, because idiots only have a short range of game.
Yeah.
A lot of 47s out there. That's a lot of people that have come just in the last couple of years. Thank you so much.
That's awesome. But people are saying 8 years.
I said 2 years.
Yeah, but the people
they
put
didn't listen to me.
They don't listen, Shady.
Oh.
All right, real quick. I want to do this real quick because it's a whopping $5. Still haven't tried 1775 coffee? Now's your shot. The 1775 starter kit just dropped, only 1,000 units. You're getting the bold dark roast that hits hard, smooth medium roast, and the Vitality mushroom coffee for clean energy, laser focus, no crash. All single origin, small batch, toxin-free and mold-free. Plus, you're also getting a golden spoon clip, because freedom isn't scooped with plastic. A frother strong enough to stir up your mother-in-law's political opinions. A black 1775 tumbler, $175 worth of coffee and gear, yours for only $99. This is for the ones that have been watching 1775 blow up on Rumble, wondering if it's actually worth it. It is. 1775coffee.com/studio. Grab your starter kit today before they're gone. Bold beans, clean fuel, and a morning routine that stands for something, just like Rumble does.
Thank you.
We really need your help, guys. Yeah. Wow, that's depressing, Shady. Anyways, so here we go. What are we going to do? What's wrong? So, yeah. Commercials are like not paying anymore. It's like pretty bad.
They've tried to, seems like they might be pulling the rug out from under us, but we'll see.
Yeah, we will see.
Everybody wants to censor this show. We'll put it that way.
Yeah.
And when they censor us, they censor you.
Yeah. They do.
And they don't say, does anybody get a notification that this show comes on every day? You're signed up for an email. Are you getting a notification before the show goes live from Rumble? Is anybody out there?
Yeah.
Be curious to know that.
Sue HRS Sue Hours still has her still have my in the Matrix Q Army mug. That's awesome.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
I got one too.
Wow. Do you?
Mm-hmm.
But you don't use it. You use the
I know. Because
pinky
it's
cup.
not insulated.
Your pinky cup.
I want my coffee to stay warm during the show, sir.
Oh my gosh. Real quick, Shalon, because I love y'all, $20, another $20, and then you just did $100, a little extra help. Thank you so much, Shalon.
That's awesome.
Appreciate you. Wow.
That makes up for that.
Brian says never a notification.
Never imagine that.
No notification from Rumble, and I'm premium. No message.
So you guys are signed up for premium, and you don't
I
get
have
a
to search
notification.
the show.
Oh, it comes the next day, 5 or 6 hours later.
Yeah.
Oh, that's real good.
Notifications usually after the show.
Oh.
4 to 6 hours later. Thank you, Paul Bunyan. Appreciate you. Oh, Salty got an email. That was good.
Okay.
Jay Josie says 47-ish, so you must be a little bit behind. That's okay. It's 47-ish. And you're naked.
No.
We got naked people in here.
Not many. No notifications. Thanks to everyone. Thank you so much.
Not all the times. Okay. Thank you, Lydia. All right. So that's what's happening. Yeah, I mean, it just seems like everything just... Okay, so let's go into, like, what's important. Because what's important is saving your republic, Shady Groove. My republic needs to be saved. Everybody's like, oh, he said democracy, blah, 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 blah. He's playing politics, guys, okay? Because what really is happening is your president is telling you what he's doing. And this is like a MG show / Q Proof, Shady Groove. This is it right here. 8/5/2025, President Trump is hitting the foreign and domestic billionaires head on by threatening to federalize Washington, D.C. Okay? Crime in Washington, D.C. is totally out of control. Local youth, gang members, only 14, 15, and 16 years old, are randomly attacking, mugging, maiming, and shooting innocent citizens at the same time, knowing that they'll be almost immediately released. Okay? They're not afraid of law enforcement because they know nothing ever happens to them. But it's going to happen now. The law in D.C. must be changed to prosecute these minors as adults and lock them up for a long time, starting at age 14. The most recent victim was beaten mercilessly by local thugs. Washington, D.C. must be safe, clean, and beautiful for all Americans, and importantly, for the world to see. Okay, listen to that very closely. Clean, beautiful, safe. If D.C. doesn't get its act together and quickly, we will have no choice but to take federal control of the city and run this city how it should be run and put criminals on notice that they're not going to get away with it anymore. Perhaps it should have been done a long time ago. Then this incredibly young man and many others would not have had to go through the horrors of violent crime. If this continues, I am going to exert my powers and federalize this city. Make America great again. There's big balls right there, Shady Groove. He was saving somebody from a carjacking, okay? Now, what do the foreign billionaires want? Well, this is the North Fund, created in 2019 with a single $9.3 million grant from the 1630 Fund. This shadowy, even by standards of D.C. group, focuses on statewide ballot initiatives. The 51 for 51 campaign to make D.C. a state, and operates Mark Elias's Democracy Docket Action Fund, which raises money for voting litigation. Why do I sound like Jerry again, Shady?
I don't know. I was going to say, are you doing your Jerry Seinfeld impersonation?
The alumni, the donors. These are foreign and domestic billionaires, Shady.
They just spend their money.
Yeah. Look at. Boom. Directly punching these people in the nose. And by the way, they put a warning on this post because it might have sensitive content.
But think about the stuff you see on Twitter. Donald Trump actually posted that.
Yeah, I know. So, Mark Elias, who deleted his tweets, didn't start Democracy Docket, okay? Tell the truth about Perkins Coie and Arabella Advisor 1630 Fund and foreign domestic billionaires. And you remember Perkins Coie is the CIA front company or law firm.
And he's their representative.
And fund foreign and domestic billionaires that fund your bullshit lawfare. The North Fund was created in February 2019 as a 501c4 nonprofit with startup funding of $9.3 million provided by the 1630 Fund. The fund is a lawfare fund set up with Perkins Coie and Mark Elias Law Group for statewide ballot and gerrymandering initiatives. Wait, what does that say, Shady?
Gerrymandering initiatives.
What's the big story today?
Gerrymandering.
Wow. The 5151 state campaign to make D.C. a state and operates Mark Elias's Democracy Docket Action. It's also part of the Lawfare Initiative. Mark Elias, Perkins Coie, Shell 2, the Democrat National Committee's private law firm, formed Mark Elias Group on 8/22/2021. The purpose of Mark Elias Law Group is lawfare. Mark Elias's Law North Fund is Arabella Advisors in-house counsel, redistricting maps and fighting against election integrity to give Democrats an edge in upcoming elections, all funded by foreign and domestic billionaires. This is the letter that Mark Elias, he since has taken it down, even before he cleared all his tweets. He posted this. Perkins Coie and his political law group announced the formation of an independent firm, Elias Law Group. Okay? Dead to rights, guys. Your president is hitting them right in the nose, okay, by threatening to federalize the state of D.C. Now, let's listen, Shady Grove. Ready?
District of D.C.
Yeah, District of D.C. Thank you, because we don't want it to be a state.
No.
Irv
We do want it to be federalized.
Thank you, Shady and Jeff, says Irv. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. 17 pages for truth. Here's my 47. I forgot the post in chat earlier. Thank you. Finn, challenge accepted. We got a $2 Rumble rant from Finn.
Love you, bud. I
love you, bro. You don't need to do that. You're our favorite troll.
He's been deputized down there in California. He's doing the Lord's work.
Nice. Brian 1871 says chips for the word woodpile. Thanks, guys. Let's listen to your president, Shady.
I love it.
In DC, are you considering taking over the DC police? Is that an option on the table?
We're considering it, yeah, because the crime is ridiculous. I could show you a chart comparing DC to other locations, and you're not going to want to see what it looks like. It was just up on television, actually. They were showing it. Now, we want to have a great, safe capital, and we're going to have it. And that includes cleanliness and it includes other things. We have a capital that's very unsafe. You know, we just almost lost a young man, beautiful, handsome guy that got the hell knocked out of him the night before last. And I'm going to call him now. We wanted to give him a little recovery time. We just put a call into him. They're calling back in a little while, but he went through a bad situation, to put it mildly, and there's too much of it. We're gonna do something about it. So whether you call it federalized or what, and that also includes the graffiti that you see, the papers all over the place, the roads that are in bad shape, the medians that are falling down, the median in between roads that's falling down. We're going to beautify the city. We're going to make it beautiful. And what a shame. The rate of crime, the rate of muggings, killings, and everything else, we're not going to let it. And that includes bringing in the National Guard, maybe very quickly, too.
Okay, you heard that, right? So what was our founding fathers' vision for Washington, D.C.? So this is it. Trump responds to a question about federalization of Washington, D.C. President Trump's push to federalize Washington, D.C., driven by concerns over crime and governance, resonate with the principles articulated in Federalist Paper number 43. The Founding Fathers foresaw the need for a federally controlled district to safeguard the nation's government, a vision that remains relevant as D.C. grapples with modern challenges. For those who value the original intent of the Constitution, supporting federalization offers a path to restore the capital's security and stature, ensuring it serves as a beacon of American strength rather than a symbol of disorder. However, the opposing statehood efforts led by 1630 Fund and North Fund underscore the need to critically evaluate motives behind altering D.C. status, especially when political control appears to be the driving factor. In these Federalist Papers 43, okay, it also talks about trying to make sure that the government doesn't get taken over by a controlling party. What is happening in D.C. right now, Shady? Is that government in D.C., is that being taken over by a controlling party?
Yep. Yep, it's already happened. And that's the reason that they're pushing towards statehood, and that's the reason that they're organizing and running D.C. like they're running Minneapolis or New York. Effectively, they've removed the barriers there, and they've sent in the council people, and then they're all acting like D.C. is the same as any other city, or and trying to turn it into a state. It's absolutely insane. The whole idea to begin with for DC to be DC was so that it was not in a state. I want to say that again. The reason that they did and maintained and put DC where it is and outlined it the way they did was because they understood that if any state had the capital of America at one point or another in the future, that state would be able to lord over everyone like from a throne. Do you guys see that happening right now? Jeff was just pointing it out. That's what happened on January the 6th, isn't it? It told you that you didn't matter, right? What is all that? What are all the other different things that they have done in D.C. since the Patriot Act? What is all of this stuff meaning of the militarization of America? Where does this all come from? It comes from D.C. because they're attempting to put guards in place around the country so that they can eventually enslave you and run Hillary Clinton's plan to destroy America on all of us. That was going to happen. Donald Trump interfered with that, and now we're going to put D.C. back where it goes, which is to not have an advantage over anyone. Look at this. We got the cases from the FBI, the conspiracy case in Florida. Kash Patel's out there saying we're spreading the FBI back all the way across the country. Donald Trump saying we're going to outsource the Department of Education. We're going to put that somewhere else. We're going to put all these other departments in Colorado, out in the country, where the people are. That's what the Federalist 43 says to do.
So the Founding Fathers' vision, right, as outlined in the Federalist Paper number 43, provides a philosophical foundation for Trump's proposal. Okay. Madison argued that a federal district under the national control was essential to ensure the government's independence and security. Okay. He emphasized that the safety of the American people depend not only on the defense against foreign threats, but also protecting the seat of government from local interference or hostility. Madison wrote that without exclusive federal jurisdiction, the government could be vulnerable to state-level pressures, undermining its ability to function effectively. The rationale included the need for a neutral territory where the public archives, the treasury, and the operations of legislature and the executive could be safeguarded. Madison also acknowledged that the potential for local inhabitants' right to be respected, but he insisted that the ultimate authority must rest with the federal government to maintain national sovereignty. This vision materialized with the establishment of Washington, D.C. as a federally controlled district, a compromise to balance local and national interests. But why does federalization make sense? As someone who supports federalizing D.C., myself, Shady Griffin, maybe you too, I'm not going to speak for yourself, but based on our Founding Fathers' intent, I see a direct parallel between Madison's concerns and the current situation. The home rule system, established in 1973, grants D.C. resident to a degree of self-governance, but Congress retains ultimate authority, a nod to the constitutional framework Madison championed. However, recent events suggest that local governance has struggled to maintain the order and security envisioned for the capital. The inability to effectively curb the youth crime and ensure public safety aligns with Madison's warning about the risks of local control undermining national interests. Federalization could restore the district's role as a symbol of national unity and strength as intended by the founders. Trump's proposal to impose the stricter law enforcement and judicial measures could address the crime wave, aligning with the need to protect government's dignity and functionality. Moreover, the D.C. serving as a global stage. A federally managed approach could enhance its image, fulfilling Madison's call for a capital that reflects the nation's prosperity and stability, not chaotic bullshit garbage place. Okay? So groups like the 1630 Fund, funded by foreign and domestic billionaires, want control of the national seat. That's why they want to make Washington, D.C. a state, so they can get 3 or 4 more seats in the House, guys, along with their gerrymandering bullshit with illegal aliens. So if you, like Arabelle Advisors, they have supported the efforts to make Washington, D.C. a state. Their push appears motivated potential to gain 2 additional seats in the Senate and increase Democratic control in the Congress. Given D.C.'s overwhelmingly liberal voting history, the North Fund in particular has backed the 51 for 51 campaign. Critics question whether this agenda polarizes partisan gain or national interest envisioned by the founders, suggesting a strategic use of dark money to influence public policy without transparency. So critics argue that the federalization threatens D.C.'s autonomy and could be a political move to impose conservative policies on predominantly Democratic city. While the 1973 Home Rule Act empowered local elections, the persistent crime issue raised by questions about its effectiveness, the severity of the incidents like the Corstein Act, and highlighting only vulnerabilities rather than partisan power grab of federalization could be seen as a pragmatic response to a governance failure consistent with the founders' intent to prioritize national land, national over local control when necessary. Okay. Meanwhile, the statehood push, like the 1630 Fund and North Fund, raised concerns about hidden agendas because they are left-leaning and they want the power. So, in conclusion, Shady, the President Trump and his push to federalization, driven by concerns over crime and governance, resonates with the principles articulated in Federalist Papers number 43. The Founding Fathers foresaw a need for federally controlled districts to safeguard the nation's government, a vision that remains relevant as D.C. grapples today with all these modern challenges. For those who value the original intent of the Constitution, supporting federalization offers a path to restore the capital's security, its stature, and ensuring that it is a beacon for American strength rather than a symbol of disorder. But opposing statehood efforts by 1630 Fund and North Fund underscore the need to critically evaluate motives behind making D.C. a state and altering its status, especially when political control appears to be a driving factor, Shady.
Wow. Pretty clear there, what we're doing. And I think that this is the way forward. And we need law and order in that city. That city is a hellscape.
It should be federalized.
Yep, it should be. And it should be run like an actual a city that represents the whole country, not a city that represents the 20% of the idiots out there that are pretending like they're somehow 50% of the country by falsely amplifying their message.
Yeah. Brian
through these funds that you're talking about.
Brian 1871 says chips for the wood pile. Thanks, guys. G Brothers matched for the day for the greatest truth movement in the world. At Trust 1961, $10. Thank you. $30. Mickey B. Take heart, Chief. Thin times are an opportunity to increase your faith in our provider, God. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. And God bless you. So get yourself familiar with Federalist Paper 43. Get yourself ready. Buckle up, buttercups, because we could be federalizing D.C., Shady. The seeds are being planted.
Yeah, and once we do that, guess what? We might actually be able to go there and see the Capitol and feel like we can drive around in the city and be safe, and that if something were to happen to us, law enforcement might show up and help a person out as opposed to ignore the call and pretend like you're unimportant as they go out and serve illegal immigration.
Yeah. Isn't D.C. actually a corporation, or is that a lie also, Shady?
It is a corporation.
The United States of America and body politic is a corporation.
Mm-hmm.
And Susie, I urge you to join Rumble Premium and watch our Friday shows where we go over, and Yeti's going to flip the graphic, where we go over Pandora's box, the ultimate hidden hand.
That outlines the
unseen hand behind the New World Order. We talk about all this. And I think last Friday was it last Friday? We gave a free preview of what we actually do on Premium. So check it out. I'd love you to follow along. A lot of people.
It was the Friday before last.
Yeah, just check every Friday. And from every show but yours, Sue B. Dog, from every show but yours, signed up for Premium as well. Thank you so much.
It's a notification for all the shows that they're signed up for but ours.
Yep. Wow.
I'm sure that's not censorship.
No.
And by the way,
they don't censor the creator. That's what they said in their ad, right?
Yeah. They do say that. This is actually the reconstruction. What you're seeing is Donald Trump undoing what it is that the people that were wielding the power over you after the Civil War did. Effectively, after the Civil War, they reorganized everything. They kind of rewrote parts of the Constitution, and then they regurgitated it back out to you, and they called it the United States of America, all capital letters, which is a company or a corporation. All we have to do
change the words.
All we have to do to dissolve that is to start implementing the processes that the founders put in place for us to actually function. Things like have the money valued against gold, have the Treasury Department running the monetary policy, not the Fed. All these different things. Have the president negotiate trade deals these different things that are going on are the way that the founders intended the country to work, including what Jeff read there in Federalist 43 about the DC.
Yep. And somebody asked, what does it relate to Washington D.C. and the 48 families? It was called the Virginia Company. Okay, when the Virginia Company changed their name to the United States of America and body politic, that's when D.C. became its own entity.
Whole chapter in this book that we've read to you about the Virginia Company, and all of it is relevant. It's interesting because it's like you read through the chapter, reading through the table of contents, origins of misinformation, England, France, and the Holy Grail, the Knights Templar in search of the New Jerusalem, the bloodline of kings, the Catholic Church, the English feudal system, money and banking. Number 12, the Virginia Company. Number 12 chapter in this book that we're reading explains to you how the Virginia Company became the United States of America and body politic, which is the Federal Reserve, the three companies, the Chicago, Cincinnati, and Charleston Railroad.
Yep. Pretty crazy. Shay, let me just read this one as well. Thank you guys for your donations. We're just trying to make it. But are you ready to level up your game? AIM Controllers is where custom meets unbeatable value, and right now it's the best deal of the year. We start with the official Sony and Xbox controllers, fully compatible with the console and the PC. No functionality is lost. Then when you go wild with custom features like smart bumpers, paddles, grips, stick height, custom buttons, and even design your own PS5 snap panels. Here's the part no one else is telling you. Lifetime warranty on all modified parts. That's right, lifetime. What other company does that? Normally a full loaded setup could run you $400, but during our one price promo, it's just $209 or $182 euro. No matter how many features you add, use code Rumble at checkout, lock it in. This is your sign. Go to aimcontrollers.com and build your last controller you'll ever need. Pretty cool. Yeah. All right. So, again, that thread that, Q posted the post, hey, Q, does P equal pay soar? It did. Okay. And that was our research that somebody's trying to prove wrong. And Q reposted it, which usually means that is on target. Okay. And it's pretty obvious now, especially when we're reading this on Fridays, Shady Groove, and we're going to be reading it tomorrow. So get your Rumble Premium today. Go to rumble.com/MG show and click the premium button there, the red button, and go premium. But we're going to be talking about it again tomorrow. Get your premium.
Get your premium.
Yep. Please. If you want to understand the real history of your country.
And then, by the way, if you do sign up for premium, you will be able to go back. I think that we are currently starting our 4th month of this of doing this for Rumble, so that would be 4 times 4. That would be about 16 episodes that we have so far that have been geared towards getting through the source material, if you will, for the PACEOR research.
Yeah. Somebody says, do we check our emails? Shady is always on email. I can't get him away from it.
I'm not checking my emails very often, though.
I screwed up. I don't get my Connect emails. I got to go to a different folder to look. So somebody's asking if we get emails. We'll look at it later.
We do get emails, guys. Yes, we do.
Yeah,
I was joking about that.
But Shady's
giving me a hard time because I don't look that often. But I do look.
How long does it usually reply? I've sent 2 emails. Well, if I haven't seen it yet. So, I mean, maybe it takes.
We'll go find it today.
Yeah, we'll go find it.
There's a lot of stuff coming in. Like now you guys started reposting us on Rumble. We have to get our email kind of organized because whenever you repost, and we want you to repost the show on Rumble. Like Rumble, by the way, you have a Rumble account. It's kind of like a Twitter account. You can repost the show there. So get out there and repost the show. And every time you do it, you send us an email.
Yep.
But Rumble doesn't send you an email whenever we go live, which is supposedly the agreement.
Is it?
Yeah. Whenever we announce going live, like they told us that if we they would be sending out a notification to the people who decide to subscribe to us, kind of like other platforms do. That's what they told us.
Gotcha. I didn't see it in the agreement. I'll have to go back and look.
Yeah, you go ahead and go look, but it's not going to do you any good.
Right. Wow.
Because they're still not going to send anybody an email about this show.
Yeah. Wow, guys. Just so much happening. I mean, it's tiring.
You're tired of winning?
And those that know can't sleep, Shady Grove.
I know. Isn't that the truth?
Yeah. Did you see the White House post?
I did.
Yeah. I mean,
pretty
That's
explanatory
also
there.
kind of a Q proof.
I was going to say, it's kind of like it fits right in, doesn't it?
Kind of a Q proof, Shady.
Oh.
All right, so let's go to that post. Let's see. Here it is right here. So, those in the know never sleep. White House, 200 days. All we do is win. We don't sleep. We win. Wow. What else is there? Could you sleep if you knew the truth about everything? Let's play this.
You say, please, please, it's too much.
I'm a winner. I'm going to win.
That's my job. That's what I do.
It's just my nature.
Are you not entertained?
I'm going to show you how great I am. You play to win the game. Here's the situation.
I'm the best there is, plain and simple.
You can't handle the truth. It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal.
That's how winning is done.
Not worth winning if you can't win.
That flicked a switch in me where I was like, okay, you, watch this.
The show goes on. What the? Who do you think you are? I am.
Kind of a big deal. Winning's winning.
Ben, noggin.
Winners focus on winning.
My boy's wicked smart.
Win, 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 win.
I was watching that, Jeff. I was like thinking, come on, drop in the Charlie Sheen. Remember the Charlie Sheen was a winner. He was like, winner, Sheen. Remember all that Tiger Blood?
I do.
Wow.
And then you realize the guy is a freaking
He is a nutcase.
nutball. Alex Jones liked him, though.
I know. He was like really excited to have after. Well, they kind of fit together.
They probably went to white parties together when he went to L.A.
Yeah.
Wow. Unbelievable. I'm just like blown away at like how everything is happening, guys. And then, you know, our viewership, our censorship is increasing. It's kind of crazy.
Well, I thought that it was interesting what you played, the clip you played from Bill Cooper, how he explained that what it is that we're doing here will not be accepted by society. I don't know if any of you guys picked up on that, but he very clearly explained to you that if you decide that you're going to go out and you're going to pick up a microphone and you're going to try to explain the truth to people, that you are going to be eliminated from the conversation with force and vigor, which they have now done to us on both sides of the aisle. This is not just a Republican and Democrat issue, guys. This is we don't want anybody to figure out the truth. They are very aggravated at the amount of people that we've actually been able to garner and get the truth to. Because every time, like I said earlier, every time you tune in, if you tune into this show, you will not be able to go back to the other shows. You'll be set free in your life and get away from the psyop at minimum, but you'll probably stick around.
Yeah. We're friends, Q Shaw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, friends.
The numbers are fake or throttled, in your opinion? Yeah, because, I mean, obviously they still care about... They even had spaces about how to steal you guys from us.
They've had 1,000 spaces about that.
Isn't that
the way
weird?
that they're doing it is what you were explaining earlier, where they come out and they attack you if you say something or if you support us in public.
Yeah, and that's why people are afraid to retweet me, because, the deep state might attack me for sharing the truth. Oh, my God.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's go to this, Shady Grove. This is a little bit of President Trump taking questions yesterday after the Apple thing.
That was funny. A couple of these were good.
Let's go watch. Oh, I got it muted.
Hey, unmute that. Thank you.
Really good job. Any questions, please?
Mr. President, you promised on the campaign trail to bring forth a manufacturing renaissance. You just mentioned $17 trillion in your first 7 months or so.
Right.
Can you talk about how an investment like this, all the other ones that you laid out, will positively impact the millions of Americans that trusted you with their vote?
Thank you very much. It changes our country. I mean, our country is a very different country than it was 6 months ago. And people like Tim are coming. We had Micron in yesterday. We had all of the big, great companies that you read about, you don't know about, but you read about. Many of them were making products outside of our country. Foolishly, we lost them. If we had the right person sitting in that seat, that would have never happened 20 and 30 years ago. When you look at the chip business, it would have never left our shores. We had 100% of chips originally, and then we slowly got taken down to nothing. We have the biggest chip companies, both of them, but we have the biggest in the world coming in. They're going to Arizona and beyond. And we're going to have, in a short period of time, we'll be up to almost 50% of the chips from starting at nothing. And that's something. But we have the greatest companies in the world coming into our country, and that means jobs. and it means wealth, and wealth means security for our people. Okay? Brian?
Yes, sir. Congratulations on this investment, President Trump.
Thank you.
What a great example of putting America first. What does the labor force look like to fill these jobs that you have? Do we have enough skilled American workers to fill these?
Well, we do have a lot of workers, and we have a lot of workers that hadn't been looking for work because they were disincentivized, frankly. And people like Tim have tremendous schools and training centers that they build along with a lot of their big plants where they train people on whether it's glass, like in Kentucky, or computers, or whatever they might be doing. It's a complex world, and they train people, and they do a great job. So it's a whole new workforce. Now, we have a lot of them in energy because, they've always liked energy. As you know, coal has opened up big. We brought it back in a very large way. China's right now building 58 coal-fired plants, 58 big ones. And here we were saying we don't take coal. We have more coal than anybody else in the world. We have more oil and gas than anybody else in the world. But we have tremendous energy jobs, and the energy, as you know, we're booming with energy. And that's why the gasoline prices are down. The costs are down. I just hope when they watch these shows, I watch this, I won't use names because I just make them better known that nobody knows who they are. But I watch this group of people on CNN and MSDNC too, the same thing, where they say, well, costs have gone up. Costs haven't gone up, they've gone down. I'm telling you, the thing that's gone up is stock prices, and success of our country. Our country is really, really doing well, successful. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, Mr. President, have Putin and Zelensky agreed to a summit yet? And where and when would that be?
Well, there's a very good prospect that they will. And we haven't determined where, but we had some very good talks with President Putin today. And there's a very good chance that we could be ending the end of that road. That road was long and continues to be long, but there's a good chance that there will be a meeting very soon.
How close do you think you are to a deal?
Excuse me?
How close do you think you are to something?
Well, I don't want to say. I've been disappointed before with this one. We've solved 5 wars, plus add to that Iran, where we wiped out their nuclear capacity for weapons. They would have had a weapon within 2 months, maybe less. And that was totally obliterated. It turned out it was a total obliteration. And the pilots and the people that did that job are really, we have the greatest armed forces in the world, but that was really something. In fact, there's a model of the plane right there. So, you got to bring that up, Susie. We have to see that. Look at this. This was just given to me. We ordered brand new B-2 bombers. This is a plane that over a period of 36 hours of constant flying, look at this. So this is the brand new one they just ordered, similar but actually quite different. It's new and enhanced. It's an amazing machine. It went 36 hours. We had 52 tankers up in the air loading up our planes because this was surrounded by F-22s and F-35s, and it was flawless. Tim, even you would say it was flawless. And every one of those bombs hit their target. And then we had Tomahawks shot in from a submarine 300 miles away. And they hit every single Tomahawk hit its target. It was amazing. And that was a big threat. That was a nuclear threat. And here's the new one that we just ordered, a large number of them. I'll put it up.
Mr. President, what was the breakthrough today? Did Vladimir Putin make some kind of concession that he hasn't been willing to make before?
I don't call it a breakthrough. I mean, we've been working on this a long time. There are thousands of young people dying, mostly soldiers, but also, missiles being hit into Kiev and other places. But in terms of soldiers, I think Russia's lost over 20,000 since the beginning of the year, 20,000. And I guess the estimate for Ukraine is about 9,000. It's a terrible situation. We want to get it stopped. We don't have American soldiers there, but I feel I have an obligation to get it stopped. This was not my war. This war would have never started, not even a chance. And it didn't start for 4 years. It went 4 years and didn't start. But this is Biden's war. This was on his watch. And you know, it's funny, we had no land was taken from Trump. It was taken from Bush. It was taken from Biden. The whole thing they would take from Biden. It weren't for us. But it was, and it was taken by Obama. Take a look at what was taken with all of the land that was taken. Nothing was taken by Russia from us. Not 1 ounce of land was taken. I'm here to get the thing over with. It would have never started if I were president, and we're here to get it stopped and get the death stopped. Yeah, please.
President, in the past, you said you would know if Putin was tackling you along. What gives you any confidence that he is or isn't doing that this time around?
Can't answer the question yet. I'll tell you in a matter of weeks, maybe less. But we've made a lot of progress. And as you know, we put a 50% tariff on India on oil. They're the second largest. They're very close to China in terms of the purchase of oil from Russia. But so I don't know if that had anything to do with it. But we've had very productive talks today. Yes, ma'am.
President Trump, on federalizing D.C., are you considering taking over the D.C. police? Is that an option on the table?
We're considering it, yeah, because the crime is ridiculous. I could show you a chart comparing D.C. to other locations, and you're not going to want to see what it looks like. It was just up on television, actually, they were showing it. Now, we want to have a great, safe capital, and we're going to have it. And that includes cleanliness, and it includes other things. We have a capital that's very unsafe. You know, we just almost lost a young man, beautiful, handsome guy that got the hell knocked out of him the night before last. And I'm going to call him now. We wanted to give him a little recovery time. We just put a call into him. They're calling back in a little while, but he went through a bad situation, to put it mildly, and there's too much of it. We're gonna do something about it. So whether you call it federalized or what, and that also includes the graffiti that you see, the papers all over the place, the roads that are in bad shape, the medians that are falling down, the median in between roads that's falling down. We're going to beautify the city. We're going to make it beautiful. And what a shame. The rate of crime, the rate of muggings, killings, and everything. And that includes the National Guard, maybe very quickly, too.
And do you want Congress to look at overturning the D.C. Home Rule Act?
We're going to look at that. In fact, the lawyers are already studying it. We have to run D.C. This has to be the best run place in the country, not the worst run place in the country. And it has so much potential, and we're going to take care of it. You're going to be safe. You're going to be safe walking down streets. You're not going to get mugged.
Mr. President, if you do reach a deal with Ukraine and Russia, would you drop the additional tariffs on India?
Well, we'll determine that later, but right now they're paying a 50% tariff.
Yeah, please. One for Mr. Cook as well.
Yeah, please. Sure.
The president wants a made in the USA iPhone. What are the chances that you can actually make that happen?
Well, if you look at the bulk of it, we're doing a lot of the semiconductors here. We're doing the glass here. We're doing the Face ID module here. So there's a ton of it. And we're doing these for products sold elsewhere in the world. And so there's a lot of content in there for the United States.
But what about the whole thing?
We're very proud of it.
Can you make the whole thing
is
here?
just the final assembly that you're focused on. And that will be elsewhere for a while.
He makes many of the components here, and we've been talking about it, and the whole thing is set up at other places, and it's been there for a long time. So in terms of cost and all, but I think we may incentivize him enough that one day he'll be bringing that. But he brings most of the stuff. Look, he's not making this kind of an investment anywhere in the world, not even close. He's coming back. I mean, Apple's coming back to America. Thank you.
Mr. President, Indian officials have said that there are other countries that are buying Russian oil.
It's okay.
Like China, for instance,
It's
buys
okay.
more.
Yeah.
Why are you singling India out for these additional sanctions?
It's only been 8 hours. So let's see what happens over the next.
Sanctions
you're going to see a lot more.
So this is a taste of
You're going to see a lot more. You're
Mr.
going to see so much secondary sanctions. Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, you were the driving force behind Operation Warp Speed, these mRNA vaccines that are the gold standard.
Right.
Now your health secretary is pulling back all the funding for research. He's saying that the risks outweigh the benefits, which puts him at odds with
Research
the
on
entire
what?
medical community and with you. What is going
Yeah.
on?
Research on what?
into mRNA vaccines?
Well, we're going to look at that. We're talking about it, and they're doing a very good job. And, that is a pass. Operation Warp Speed was, whether you're Republican or Democrat, considered one of the most incredible things ever done in this country. The efficiency, the way it was done, the distribution, everything about it has been amazing. But, that was now a long time ago, and we're on to other things. But we are speaking about it. We have meetings about it tomorrow at 12 o'clock, and we'll determine. We're looking for other answers to other problems, to other sicknesses and diseases, and I think we're doing really well. Yes, ma'am, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. You said many times that you want to stop wars in the Middle East. Now, Prime Minister Netanyahu is contemplating reoccupying Gaza entirely. Is he defying you, sir, or are you giving him a green light?
Well, we have stopped wars in the Middle East by stopping Iran from having a nuclear weapon, and they're they can say they're going to start all over again, but that's a very dangerous thing for them to do, because we'll be back. As soon as they start, we'll be back. And I think they understand that. They're just words. But no, we've stopped a lot of wars in the Middle East. If you think about what we did with Iran, Iran was the perpetrator of hate, a very evil place, and I think it's going to be a lot different in the coming years.
On the India penalties, do you have any similar plans to enact more tariffs on China as it relates to their purchases?
Could happen. Depends on how we do. Could happen.
Brian? I've got an entertainment-based question for you. A few weeks ago, Stephen Colbert announced that he was leaving his show. Howard Stern announced that he and Sirius XM Radio are parting ways. Do you think the hate Trump business model that's been in the entertainment business is going out of business because it's not popular with the American people?
Well, it hasn't worked, and it hasn't worked really for a long time, and I would say pretty much from the beginning. Colbert has no talent. I mean, I could take anybody here, I could go outside in the beautiful streets and pick up a couple of people that do just as well or better. They get higher ratings than he did. He's got no talent. Fallon has no talent. Kimmel has no talent. They're next. They're going to be going. I hear they're going to be going. I don't know, but I would imagine because they get, Colbert has better ratings than Kimmel or Fallon. You know that. Howard Stern, it's a name I haven't heard. I used to do a show, we used to have fun, but I haven't heard that name in a long time. What happened? He got terminated?
Yeah, they're going to separate ways because I think what they're offering salary-wise is real low than what he's getting.
You know when he went down?
Whenever you want.
You know when he went down? No, before. When he endorsed Hillary Clinton, he lost his audience. People said, give me a break. He went down when he endorsed Hillary Clinton.
Mr. President, have you talked to Governor Cuomo interviewing Fed candidates yet?
Yeah, we've started the interviewing process. Scott and I and Howard, a lot of people, JD, we have some great candidates. It's probably down to 3. He doesn't want the job. He said, do you like this job better?
Yes, sir.
I mean, he was a candidate, but I don't think he'll take it. I really don't think he'd take it, actually.
Are there any candidates from Wall Street, Mr. President?
Yeah, essentially we're all from Wall Street, aren't we? You know, when you get right down to it, the term Wall Street. Yeah, please.
Yep, you made your tax cuts permanent. You mentioned that the tariffs are bringing in a ton of external revenue. You've opened up markets, the EU, Japan, South Korea, many others, to American goods like we've never seen before. How much growth can we expect in the economy now that this model of yours is sort of beginning to really take off?
Well, I think the growth is going to be unprecedented. I think we're going to have growth that's unbelievable. Now, remember, we're building and just starting to build a lot of these incredible plants. We talked about the electric facilities that we're building, the generating plants, electric generating plants are massive, and they're going to be great. And they're going to sell excess electricity into our grid. So we're going to be having much more electricity than we ever had. And those plants are going to be taken care of individually. I know Tim is building one in one of his big factories, but especially for AI because it needs so much electricity. So I appreciate the question very much. And I think the growth is going to be unprecedented.
Mr. President, did you have a phone call with Andrew Cuomo? Did you speak to Andrew Cuomo?
I haven't. No, I haven't.
Mr. President, have you been briefed on what Ghislaine Maxwell told Todd Blanche?
No, I haven't.
You don't know whether
I don't
came up in the
I know Todd
conversation
is
or
a
not?
very respected person all over the country, all over the world legally, so I don't know.
Mr. President,
Yeah, please, go ahead.
Will the new Fed governor be temporary?
We're probably going to go with a temp and then a permanent, I think.
Are the two?
So the temp is going to be named, I'd say, over the next 2-3 days, and then we're going to go permanent.
And what do the temps do with the Scaramucci model? They get rid of all the other ones, and then they bring in the permanent. I mean, this is also a Q proof. And Trump controls the chair of the Fed. I mean, this is going to be huge, guys.
Two Kevin's the leading contenders for the permanent spot for the chair.
Well, the two Kevins are absolutely, yeah, they're both very good.
Mr. President.
The two Kevins is very good.
Mr. President, is Vice President Vance hosting a gathering this evening to talk about how to respond to the Epstein situation?
Is he working on what?
Is he hosting some kind of gathering of top advisors this evening to talk about how to respond to the Epsteins?
I don't know. I could ask you that question. I don't know of it, but I think here's the man right here.
I saw it reported today, and it's completely fake news. We're not meeting to talk about the Epstein situation.
And I'd like to thank my producer for jumping ahead 15 minutes. Here we go.
And I think the reporter who reported it needs to get better sources.
Look, the whole thing is a hoax. It's put out by the Democrats because we've had the most successful 6 months in the history of our country. And that's just a way of trying to divert attention to something that's total bullshit. Okay? Yeah, please.
A new Gallup poll says that Elon Musk is the most unpopular public figure in the country right now. I'm wondering, do you miss having him around the White House, or is that poll accurate?
I don't know if the poll's accurate. I think he's a good person. I think he had a bad moment, really bad moment. But he's a good person. I believe that.
President Trump, are you keeping that 10 to 12 day deadline?
China is facing potential secondary sanctions for Russian oil. Them having that tariff or sanction rather or not hinges on what going forward?
It may happen. I mean, I don't know. I can't tell you yet, but we did it with India. We're doing it probably with a couple of others. One of them could be China, yes.
Are you keeping that 10 to 12 day deadline that you had given Russia after today's talks?
Yeah, we're pretty much getting close to it right now, but we're having very serious talks right now about getting out of Ukraine, getting it settled, getting it ended. Should have never started, would have never started. If I were president, it would have never started. I want to thank Tim Cook. He's a great man, a visionary, a businessman, just about every quality he can have other than athleticism. I don't know about that. I'm looking at him. I'm not 100% sure about you. You're a good athlete. I'll bet you're pretty good. I think he's good at everything, but I want to thank you very much, Tim. Thank you, sir. Congratulations. Thank you all very much.
Thank you all. So it was funny. So he talked about Howard Stern, and then somebody goes, I bet Howard Stern's on the list. And then Trump said, it's all bullshit. There is no list. There's going to be no list. Let's see what happens, guys.
There's not a list.
But
the list is the hoax that he keeps saying, that the list is a hoax. Now they're out there. This is what I was getting from CNN last night, Jeff. Real quick, from the CNN. The CNN was telling me about how sad and depressed Jeffrey Epstein's victims are. And they had the attorney on from Jeffrey Epstein's victims to explain how depressed they are that Donald Trump is using this opportunity to say that their plight in life is a hoax. So effectively, the CNN is saying that Donald Trump is saying that the people that Epstein abused are a hoax. The CNN is not reporting that what Donald Trump is saying is that the people that saying that Jeffrey Epstein had a list is a hoax.
Yeah. Macklin, because you are the Mac that I am today. He is the Mac. I am the Mac that I am today because I have learned a lot from this family. I wish I could do much more. $100 Rumble rant.
Wow, Mac.
Thank you so much, Mac. I love you, bro. Wow, that's crazy.
Thank you to everybody that's donated today.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. And, we really appreciate all of you. That is our show today. I'm just going to go out with a short one. It's the deep state failed Shady Groove, and they failed from censoring us because of you. Thank you for keeping us on the air. Shady Groove, thank you very much. Yeti, love you. We'll see you tomorrow, Friday. Premium content, second hour.
Friday. Already another Friday. Oh, I'm excited. Woohoo. Let's do it.
www.mg.show. Boom.